lineups, but Patty Gasso has certainly earned it in her 28th season. More than 1,500 career wins, 5 national championships, as she sends out an Oklahoma lineup blessed with 5 players hitting 400 or better. First bunt is laid down. Jada Coleman is on. The center fielder with a perfect bunt.
Well, like you were talking about, Leaf, it did not take long for Oklahoma to get on base. A perfect bunt by Jada Coleman, the lefty hustling down just between the catcher and the pitcher. And she can hustle down the line for sure, and you know who that brings up.
Here's Jocelyn Alo, the designated player of the year in America last year. And on track to do it again, facing Casey Hamilton in the circle for Kansas. Strong wind blowing out to left. First pitch is outside, gets past Shelby Gayer, and that will send Coleman down to second.
One of the keys for Casey Hamilton today definitely is she uses that wind with that left-handed curveball coming across the outside corner. The last time we saw her, she owned that part of the plate.
Alo making her first visit to Lawrence. Up high, 2-0. Good look at Casey Hamilton, who was sensational in her last outing for the Jayhawks. Facing what may be the best offensive team anyone has ever seen. That one is rung up for a strike, 2-1.
And there it is, that left-hander coming. That wind is blowing out to left field, dead ahead. It's been really windy lately, and with the weather coming in later tonight, it's probably sooner than later. She's really going to work that curveball in that outside corner.
Good wind blowing out to left. Fouled away. It'll be 2-2. This might be the gentlest wind we've seen this season here at Arocha Ballpark, Westford. Maybe 20 miles an hour, hardly. We've seen 40, gusts up to 50 earlier this year. 2-2 pitch. Taking to center field. Macy Omley on. Makes the catch. Coleman tags and heads to third base.
The last time we were here, we saw that wind where it was blowing over everybody's head. It looked like Jocelyn Alo hit that off the end of the bat, maybe, because we know she's got more pop than that. But a great job by Macy Omley coming in. That's the hardest ball as a center fielder to adjust to, is that one right at you. And a good heads-up base running by Jada Coleman, tagging up and going to third on the play.
Dare Jennings, the second baseman, steps in now, the runner at third. Outside from Hamilton. See Jennings with good pop, as you find throughout most of this Oklahoma lineup. Taken hard to right field and gone. Just like that, the Sooners are up 2-0.
Leaf, I was just going to mention that she hit 24 or 27 home runs last year, and then right here in the first inning, she hits a 2-run bomb to give the Sooners the lead. And this is a team that's hitting almost 3 home runs. Good outside pitch, got a little bit of the plate, but that might have been foul on a normal day. It had the distance, but the wind just pushed it right inside that right field foul pole.
Jennings with her 19th home run of the season brings up the number 4 hitter, Grace Lyons. As we've talked about, this Oklahoma offense outscoring their opponents 402-36.
That is amazing to me. That is some offensive punch. But then it's not even so much about that as, yeah, they're scoring, they've got the offense, but then in their pitcher, Jordy Ball today, 19-1 with an 0.98, and that's the 3rd best ERA among their 3 top pitchers.
Hard hit to Anderson. Across the diamond, good throw. 2 down.
When you talk about routine plays, Leaf, you talk difficult plays, Ashley Anderson does it all, and oftentimes when you're facing an offensive juggernaut, sometimes the regular plays can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but Ashlyn Anderson, smooth as silk out there, mentally tough. She's going to make anything that comes to her most likely.
Jana Johns looks at ball one upstairs. Catches the inside corner, 1-1.
Casey Hamilton always doing a great job of trying to command both sides of the plate. Curveball in the outside corner, and then she'll throw that fastball in. Works the rise pretty well. Good control for the most part.
Well, does your approach change at all facing an offensive powerhouse like Oklahoma?
Well, I think for the most part, you're always scouting the hitters, and you're always trying to figure out which one likes inside, likes outside. There's advanced scouting reports too, and so it's not going to change, I think, based on the #1 team coming in and all the offense. Regardless, windy day, short porch, you got to keep the ball down, and so I think she just has to do her job like she always does and stay within her game.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2.
It's another thing too, when you come to the field as a hitter and you see that wind blowing out to left, and you know you're a good offensive player, you're wanting to swing. So if she gets it high enough, that rise ball, especially when she's ahead in the count, could become really effective for Casey Hamilton and the Jayhawks.
Two pitch to Johns. Up the middle. Haley Harper from her knees makes a nice play. This weekend are sold out, standing room only here to Rocha Ballpark as Oklahoma takes a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the first. Shayna Espy facing Jordy Ball. Right back to the pitcher. Ball handles it, and there's one away. Les, you talked about it. Oklahoma is a juggernaut offensively, but just as impressive as what they're doing in the circle this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got 3 pitchers that are unbelievable. We got Jordy Ball here at 19-1 with an 0.98, and then there's Nicole May at 11-0 with a .90, and then Hope Trotwine 12-0 with a .10 earned run average. And like you said, Oklahoma's outscored their opponents 402 to 36 on the season.
Ashlyn Anderson fouls that one back.
Heads up in the dugout over there.
Stay loose because it's coming in a hurry.
No, I really like the fact that Shayna Espy came out swinging, because when you face these quality pitchers like Oklahoma has, and you get a first pitch that's right there, pitchers are always trying to get ahead. Come out swinging. You never know what can happen.
Down just low from Ball, who has been the talk of college softball this year. Outstanding first season at Oklahoma. Jordy Fan Club is making its way down from Papillion, Nebraska to watch the series this weekend. 1-1 pitch. Into the dirt. Johns with the second out. Jennifer McFalls in her fourth season at Kansas sends this lineup up there. Les, we've a very familiar lineup. Sarah Rozak has played very, very well for Kansas here of late. You see Lyric Moore in the #3 hole for Kansas, who has been the best hitter for the Jayhawks this year.
Yeah, I like her in that spot. She's got a cannon for an arm. She can play some incredible outfield, but she's swinging the bat well too. I mean, coming into today, 390. It's pretty good Division I batting average right there.
Big strike one from Jordy Ball. Right back to Ball. Second time, she'll record the out. It's 1-2-3 for the Jayhawks. Top of the second here in Lawrence. Jalen Snow leads things off for Oklahoma. Moves it to center field. Macy Omley on it. There's one down.
I believe what we've seen so far is, even at 2-0 already, as we come into the top of the second inning, we've seen efficient pitching on both sides. Both pitchers, Casey Hamilton and Jordy Bahl, are in the zone, pitching to contact.
Unless you talked about what the adrenaline must be like for Kansas, knowing all week long you're going to face the #1 team in the country at home. Chance to really showcase softball here in Lawrence. There's a big softball tournament in town. A lot of young softball players in the stands with a chance to see some Big 12 softball. The #1 team in the country.
Yeah, it's neat to see these athletes out here watching and aspiring. I mean, you're aspiring to be a Jayhawk. You're aspiring to be a Sooner. You're watching and emulating what these girls do and see how they compete, how they handle their emotions, mental toughness. And you spoke about how we know when you're playing the #1 team in the country, there's two ways you can go about it. You can think, oh my goodness, we're playing the #1 team in the country. Here they come. Or you look at it as an opportunity to show what you can do and be the team that breaks them. Even though if they're 42-1, you think they're 0-0 and you get after it.
Ball 3 outside to Alyssa Brito. Lindsey Elam, Riley Boone to follow. Just misses outside, so a walk issue to Brito.
You can see Casey Hamilton's really trying to work that corner and use that wind to push her curveball over the outside corner. Close pitches, threading the needle, just didn't get the call.
So here's the catcher, Lindsey Elam. Squared around, but pulled it back, 1-0.
Lindsey Elam, one of 9 Oklahoma Sooner players that is hitting 300 or above.
Yeah, that kind of gets lost in the wash, doesn't it, when you've got 5 players over 400 and about 380 as a team. #1 in the country in home runs, hits, RBIs. That one's hit into center field. Omley tracks it back, makes the catch at the warning track. 2 away.
You can see that wind affecting it there. Lindsey Elam didn't get all of it, maybe a little bit off the end of the bat, but we've seen Macy Omley make some great plays out there. You can see she's going to the ball and she thinks she has it, but then, oh, get that second hand up there, because that wind is going to keep pushing it and pushing it toward that left center field fence, toward the scoreboard. So it's a great job by Macy, overcompensating for the wind a little bit and making that look fairly routine.
Here's Riley Boone, the right fielder.
And we talk about the power of these Oklahoma Sooners and their home runs and their high batting averages and how they do everything right. But as I'm looking out, I'm seeing a pretty stout defense on the Jayhawks side. Sarah Rozak, Ashley Anderson, Haley Harper, and Olivia Bruno from third to first all the way around. You can pick it.
Boone looked like she was asking for time, not granted. She swings and misses, runner goes. Good throw from Gare, and out at second base. Brito, tag.
From the knees, too.
And that sends the Jayhawks to the bottom of the second. It's Olivia Bruno now facing Jordy Bahl.
Great to see Olivia Bruno just have success at high school level, and now here at Kansas just doing well and leading as a freshman, having a good season. Highly relied on, even though she's young.
Up high, 2-0 now to Bruno. Ball kicked the dirt after that second ball. Not used to being down on the count. Running right back to the pitcher. Third play for Jordy Bahl. She retired 4 straight. So Savannah DesRochers coming up for the Jayhawks.
Just watching Jordy Bahl's mannerisms in the circle. Watch her approach, body language, where she attacks, movement, power. Definitely locked in.
In the air. Jennings calling for it at second base. Records the out. 2 away now for Sarah Rozak.
Well, I like the KU hitters coming out, no matter who they're facing. Doesn't matter the record, the ERA. It's throwing a ball and you got to hit it. And they're coming out swinging. They're taking pitches that are not strikes, and they're swinging at strikes. So this is all you can ask for, whether you're facing the #1 team in the country or whatever ranking they would be. They're coming out firing. I like it.
Just a bit inside, 1-0. Plus, I guess that is the good news. Jordy Bahl obviously has a lot of talent in the circle, but you know she's going to be around the strike zone. It's going to be, it's going to be in a pretty refined area, right?
That's right, and umpire's not giving her a whole lot on that inside. She's going to have to adjust.
Oh, and too far inside, 2-0.
Like watching those athletes that you just watch the way they go about their business, the way they walk, the way they hustle, the way they swing, the way they throw. You can just tell, wow, that's a gifted athlete right there.
Now ball behind him, the count 3-0.
Last week when we got to cover KU last weekend, Sarah Rozak had a great series against North Texas. The cover off the ball, hit a home run, hit a line drive. It was called an error, but the movement probably should have been a single, but played great third base too.
Strike call, 3-1. Rozak part of that impressive freshman class here at KU. On the ground, Jennings is on it. It's 3 up and 3 down for the Jayhawks in the second. Fouled back. 0-2 now to the #9 hitter.
Good rip by Riley Boone. When you foul ball straight back and gets there in a hurry, you know you were right on it.
Off speed. Hamilton comes in to make the play. 1 away.
Good play on both sides. Looks like the pitchers, that's why you wear a glove. After you throw, you just get ready and you play defense and you help yourself. She got a good break on that. Did Casey Hamilton. Threw 3 straight strikes to the #9 hitter, the leadoff hitter of the inning.
Seen both pitchers field their positions pretty well here early in this game. Jada Coleman, the leadoff batter, who singled and scored on that home run in the first inning. Inside, 1-0.
It's really neat out here, Leaf, too, for the camera guys. Did a great shot here of seeing the crowd and sold out crowd, but impressive to me is even more so is the standing room only.
Good weekend for softball. Everybody wants to see the Sooners for themselves. We mentioned the big softball tournament in town, so a lot of young softball players making their way over this weekend. Oklahoma travels very well. Jordy Bahl from Papillion, Nebraska, so she has a pretty big contingent down to watch her pitch this weekend.
They've had some exceptional collegiate and professional athletes come out of Nebraska, especially that Papillion Vista High School. Good
powerhouse.
Gracious, yes.
Coleman draws the walk. She's aboard for the second time.
Well, I'm sure it's making Casey Hamilton think a little bit. As many home runs and doubles and RBIs and total bases and everything offensive that Jocelyn Allo has. You definitely don't want to try to put somebody on in front of her.
You know what her favorite home run count is?
Yes. The answer would be yes. What is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
If I can reach it, I can beat it.
Yeah. So lets that one go by. Outside 1-0.
Good discipline there. She's not just the home run threat. I mean, we talk about the home runs and everything that she's hit, but she's hit 110 career home runs, but also, I mean, a lot of extra base hits, and she's walked a ton. She has good discipline.
Takes this one on the ground. Bruno with a nice play. Gets a second and gets the out. Nice play from Olivia Bruno.
Well, I can't say enough how good this was. Olivia Bruno had to go hard to her right, playing first base. She had to not only dig this thing out as the backhand. You can see right here, it was a little off the end. Great pitch by Casey Hamilton. She started to go to the bag, but then turned and then fires a perfect strike to Ashlyn Anderson at shortstop, getting the lead runner. Outstanding defense there.
So here's Jennings, who homered in that first inning to give Oklahoma a 2-0 lead. Now 2 home runs ahead of Grace Lyons in this power-packed offense. That's a strike one, 1-1.
It's interesting how you'll see different teams that will go after it. When we saw North Texas last weekend, they swung at almost every single inside pitch. We saw a ton of foul balls crushed and yanked on the third base line in foul territory. Oklahoma hasn't done much with those yet.
Nice change of speed from Hamilton. 1-2.
We call that last time, Leaf, the death pitch.
Right.
The changeup is the death pitch, and I'd rather hit a changeup on a baseball field than have to try to face a changeup on a softball field from that close. Casey Hamilton has a great one.
Anderson off the chest, gets it to second base in time. So the Jayhawks, with some good defensive plays, hold the Sooners scoreless in the third as Shelby Gayer leads things off for the Jayhawks, the number 7 hitter. Outstanding play behind the plate. Going out a runner at second base. Exit strike 1 from Jordy Ball.
Shelby Gayer threw that runner out from her knees. Earlier in the game, it was impressive. It was even like a hesitation, and just gunned her with a perfect throw.
Gayer takes it hard down the right field line. Just out of the reach of Riley Boone.
Remember the rule: when the wind's blowing out hard,
it's coming back.
Field, it's coming back. Don't give up on it if you're a right fielder, or second base, or first base.
Swing and a miss. Jordy Ball with her first strikeout.
Number 13, Haley Harper.
Well, the first strikeout didn't come till the third inning, but that would be a nasty drop ball right there, down and in, ahead in the count. When he's got a bunch of different pitches and throws hard, it puts the hitter on the defense for sure.
That's Haley Harper, second base this afternoon. On the ground, it's Lyons. Over to first base, and they're 2 away.
The center fielder, number 11.
Les, you said it, the Jayhawks are being aggressive at the plate.
And they have to be. You don't want to get down in the count if possible. You need to jump on a good strike, because oftentimes you get to a point where you're behind in the count. Then, I mean, in 114.2 innings, not including this game, Jordy Ball had 181 strikeouts, so she definitely gets better as she gets deep into the count. So she gives you something to hit early. especially over the middle of the plate. You take a good pass at it and hope for the best.
Starts Macy Omley out with a strike. Omley with a couple good plays in center field already today.
Because that's what center fielders do.
Outside. It's such a key to defense, isn't it? You always talk about up the middle, but boy, center field just seems like, you know, when the Royals had Willie Wilson, or when teams that have a good center fielder, it just kind of gives you a good anchor, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. When you control everything, you got everything out there. It's like you're a kid on grass, even though this is turf, and you're just diving around, and it's a position to definitely concentrate on.
Omley fouls it back 1-2.
You got to always stay locked in. And that's what Macy Omley does a great job of. You can also see Jada Coleman for Oklahoma does the same thing. Playing the win side of second base against Macy.
Jordy Ball looks in. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Ball. In the top of the fourth. Sooners travel well, but there's a lot of blue in the stands as well as the hometown Jayhawks battling the #1 team in the country. Casey Hamilton in the circle. We'll see Grace Lyons first. Lyons grounded out to Ashlyn Anderson at short the first inning. Hit hard, just past Sarah Rozak into left field.
Like we've been talking about, Leaf, you get a good pitch to hit. It's one of the first inside pitches I've seen a hitter jump on today, but that was inner half of great hands by Grace Lyons to get it past Sarah Rozak. That was a tough play, hit all the way. Great piece of hitting. She's thinking 2 all the way. Shane Espy out there getting to the ball quickly and getting it in.
Bring up Janet Johns. Grounded out to second to end the first inning. Outside 1-0.
In between innings last time, head coach Patty Gasso, her son, is the hitting coach, JT Gasso, I believe, and he was met the team at the dugout before they came off the field. No less talking about, hey, this is what you need to do here, and we need to jump on and get some more runs on the board. You know, when you're that good of a team, you come in #1, you have this is offensive powerhouse. It's really easy to, not that they are, but it's really easy to take another team for granted and just kind of go through the motions. But I'll tell you what, at 1,100 games over 500, Oklahoma coach Patty Gasso is going to make sure that her team takes no one for granted.
In the center field, Omley in to grab it. 1 away.
Into the 4th inning. I can't say again how good of a job Casey Hamilton has done. She's working both sides of the plate. She's efficient too. I mean, the Jayhawks have yet to get a hit, but except for one particular pitch, Casey Hamilton's done a good job in her own right. She's been a workhorse for the Jayhawks this year.
Kaylin Snow steps in. Flew out to Omley in the second. Foul down the third base line. Up high.
It's a good take right there. You know, oftentimes you hit a foul ball down the third base line, and then you get that third baseman and even the shortstop, Ashlyn Anderson, who's playing a little bit closer to the third base side than usual. Just get him to draw in a little bit and gives you an opportunity to maybe slap one the opposite way. Pull a bunt.
In the center field, Omley is right there. She's doing a good job reading those balls that are hit right at her.
Can I compliment
Absolutely.
the center fielder yet again? I mean, you know, that was a favorite position of mine, and you can see Macy Omley doing a great job. The toughest ball is the ball right at you, especially with this wind blowing the way it is, and we know these Oklahoma Sooners are going to make contact. And so it's just a great job of reading those balls right at you. It's a really tough in the wind. It doesn't matter what color the ball is. It's just hard to read, and you don't have a lot of time. So Macy Omley doing an excellent job.
Lisa Brito steps in now, drew a walk in the second inning, but was caught stealing. Great throw from Shelby Gayer. 2 away, runner on. Hamilton works her outside for a ball. Plus, as you looked at these Oklahoma numbers, was there one that stood out for you? Was there something in particular that you look at in this offense that really stood out?
Well, I mean, Jocelyn Allo has been that as a freshman. She was heralded as that, but it's just having that many players in double-digit home runs. I mean, the slugging percentages are 700, 800, 920, 974, 1,093 for Allo. I mean, they crush all up and down the lineup. It's just a ton of balance. They take their walks. 200 walks as a team this year.
2-0 pitch inside, so it's 3-0.
200 walks against only 112 strikeouts. That's for a team. 112 strikeouts. That's pretty good over the course of 43 games.
Patty Gasso said it. Our inter-squad scrimmages are really something. I mean, you've got pitching like Jordy Ball and Hope Troutwine going head to head. Got paid to see that one too.
Oh boy, I tell you what, and that's gets your hitters prepared too. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Your offense is so good. It's not just because, I mean, yes, they're very talented hitters and they can hit the ball far, but Patty Gasso setting up her own offense against arguably 2-3 of the best pitchers in the nation. It's going to make you better.
Just outside from Hamilton, so Brito draws her second walk.
See, that's good patience right there. Again, when you have a 3-1 count, wind blowing out. She had 12 home runs. Alyssa Brito did coming into this game, and so you have to take your walks. You have to be disciplined. If it's not you, then let the hitter behind you. Again, you've got 9 players 300 or above, and then one that's at 295 and the 10th player. So if it's not going to be you and you're not going to get the pitch, be patient, take your walk, load up the bases, and see if the one behind you can bunch something in.
Lindsey Elam flew out to center in the second inning. Hits it hard down the third base line. 1 run is going to score. Espy is on it quickly, gets it in. But Elam is standing up at second base. Another hard hit ball down the left field line.
And this is important for Oklahoma too, because again, you're doing this with 2 outs. Casey Hamilton's kind of been dealing just except for the first inning, 2-run home run, but that pitch was right down the middle. It was a mistake pitch, and Casey knew it. Lindsey Elam smokes it down the third base line for a double. Coach is sending her the whole way. This is the kind of offense you got to really watch out for here.
It looks like Kinsey Hansen is going to come on to hit.
Your attention, please.
For Riley Boone.
For Oklahoma, number 9, Kinsey Hansen.
Kinsey Hansen was on the College World Series All-Tournament team and was second-team All-American last season. Was voted on the 22 USA team.
2 down, 2 in scoring position now for Oklahoma. Hamilton goes off speed for ball 1.
And this is what Oklahoma can do to you as well. It doesn't matter if there's no outs, 1 out, 2 outs. With all these hitters down the lineup, you can't just think, okay, well, it's the number 8, number 9 hitter will probably get an out here. It's like everybody's a leadoff hitter. Everybody's a power hitter. Everybody can shoot the gap.
Outside, 2-0.
See, Hansen looked like she was another person that was asking for timeout right there. and didn't get it. Just a little bit late. You see that hand going up right there, like whoa, 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 but she's already in her rocking motion. Umpire doing a great job being a professional, understanding that once it starts, play is on. And Hanson did a good job taking it, not just taking a panic swing.
Cody Little behind the plate today. 2-0 pitch. Hit hard. Rozak is on it. Over to first.
And he's going to throw it. I got a bat in my hand. I'm going to try to hit it. And ended up getting a hit. So you really got to prepare yourself mentally, not be defeated.
On the ground. Jordy Ball's going to let that one bounce foul.
That's a heads-up play right there by Jordy Ball, because she was going to wait. She waited for the runner to get by, and she could have very easily just picked this ball up. Get a good look right here. Good job. Shayna Espy kind of tops it to that first base side, gets out of the way, but she picks it up right there. Shayna Espy is safe, and that would have been the first hit, but she noticed the spin, stayed calm, and let it go foul.
0-2 now to the Jayhawk leadoff hitter. Grounded out back to Ball in the first inning.
So we talked about that, Leaf. You know, Oklahoma coming in, it's very easy with being facing the #1 team in the nation to think, oh man, they're gonna beat us, they're gonna destroy us. You've got to believe that when they come in, it's just another team in the opposing side. You got to, no matter what the stats say, we're just as good, and we're gonna play just as hard, if not harder.
Just misses the outside corner. 1-2.
You know, if I would have had the discipline to take that pitch.
1-2 pitch. Deep in the hole. Grace Lyons with a nice play.
With 2 strikes, Shayna Espy did exactly what she should have. She tried going with the pitch, took it the other way, but what a great play. Going to her right, taking a quick knee and sliding. Grace Lyons firing across the field. Excellent play. That kind of stuff keeps happening. Jayhawk hitter's going to think, what do we got to do?
Does help the old ERA, doesn't it?
Sure does.
1 down for Ashlyn Anderson, who fouls it back. Anderson grounded out to third. The first inning.
And part of being a good pitcher, I'm talking about Jordy Ball for Oklahoma, is not that you take the pride in, well, I'm gonna strike everybody out, and I'm gonna try to pick the corners and throw it as hard as I can, and it becomes that too proud thing. She is a power pitcher. She is a talented pitcher, one of the best in the country, but she also trusts a good defense behind her.
Strike called. Nice pitch from Jordy Ball.
That pitch brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, painting the outside corner right there. Well, she just looks intense. Just tell me what to throw so I can throw it already.
Back by Anderson.
And I find it interesting in college softball how often with 2 strikes you'll see a hitter square around a bunt, and most times they're not going to do that, but it allows them to kind of relax a little bit, and then as they bring the bat back slowly, so you can see it right here, so bring the bat back slowly, but it'll cause her to turn her shoulder in and be able to stay on the ball. You see open, get back, shoulder in.
Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Jordy Ball.
That was a good pitch by Jordy Ball right there on the rise ball. One thing, if you're bunting and turning yourself in, and all of a sudden you get a rise ball that's thrown that hard, that's a tough one to get your hands up to. Another reason Jordy Ball's one of the best at what she does in the circle.
So here's Lyric Moore. Running out to Ball back in the first inning. Jordy Ball, a model of efficiency, just 33 pitches right now. She tries to get through the 4th inning. Lyric Moore down the left field line, just foul.
You're pulling for that to bounce in fair territory just so you can see Lyric Moore run around the bases. She can absolutely fly. She can hit, steal bases.
And there for a strike 1 and 2.
You get the feeling that Jordy Ball, walking around the circle between pitches, isn't even thinking it. She just believes that that circle is hers, that she owns it.
Lyric Moore's battling, fouls that one back. Yes, I saw a story. Patty Gasso said when she first saw her and was recruiting her, some of the coaches misconstrued perhaps her presence in the circle and her determination, and Patty Gasso loved it.
Well, Patty Gasso hasn't won 1,497 games in her career as a head coach for a reason. She knows how to spot the talent. She knows how to recruit. You can look at a pitcher or player and maybe get an idea, a negative idea. Oh, maybe they're too arrogant, or this person isn't mentally tough, or this person don't like their swing. Patty Gasso knows that she can have a great effect and really develop talent.
Just misses inside, 3 and 2.
Would you want a player that fits what you think they should be, or do you want a player that you can teach to blend into your program, to be selfless, to be a leader, but then just be a competitor and want to win?
Certainly you want your pitcher to have a presence in the circle, and she has all of that.
Yes, talent, presence. But yet again, I mean, you have different personalities on every team. It's a loaded roster, and you want to piece your roster together. Yes, Oklahoma is talented. They've got some studs in the field, the statistics, the national championships. Maybe, you know, they're trying to defend their crown.
Down low, great at bat for Lyric Moore. The first Jayhawk to reach base.
Yeah, that really was a good take right there. 3 and 2. You have the expectation that Jordy Ball's coming at you. But Lyric Moore sees that down and in the entire way without hesitation. She didn't even flinch. She saw it right out of Jordy Ball's hand and get their first base runner. The perfect game is now gone.
Here's Olivia Bruno for Kansas.
But to finish that thought before, it just takes a great coach to understand the different personalities, and with experience and just trusting that they're going to make your team better.
This time Ball gets the inside corner, 0-1. On the ground, Lyons, easy play to second base, and the Jayhawks are retired after their first base runner. Jada Coleman will lead things off. She's been on base twice, single in the first, walked in the third. Inside from Casey Hamilton. Les, you talk about the importance of the number 8 hitter and getting on base, and that does it for Oklahoma again as they circle back to the top of their lineup.
That's right, that number 8 spot in the order. If you can get on, even if your 9-hole hitter makes the third out, you get your leadoff hitter to start the inning. Again, we talk about Oklahoma. They're solid all the way through the lineup, but there's a big difference between your 1, 2, and 3 hitter than there is your 8, 9 hitter. So when your 8-hole hitter gets on, it offers your leadoff hitter an opportunity to start the inning.
Hamilton just misses there, so it's 3-0.
Good pitch. You can tell she wanted that one too. She's a competitor in her own right. She's done a fantastic job of not being intimidated by this Oklahoma offense. She's working the corners, giving everything she has to compete.
That Went into Jada Coleman.
The designated player.
I know she didn't intentionally hit her, and you can see she's okay. Like, oh, that kind of hurt. But she's just trying to establish that inside corner, and that's what pitchers do. She will not be intimidated. She's going to come in, not to hurt anybody, but she's coming in to try to do her best to own the inside corner to left-handers.
Jocelyn Allo steps in. 0 for 2 thus far. But a dangerous, dangerous hitter. We talked about her favorite home run count is 0-0, first pitch. You think Casey Hamilton's aware of that? Because I think she started her out outside each time.
Yeah, it's you have to be able to be smart here. You're not intimidated, but again, you have to be smart. She can use all fields.
Hit hard past Rozak into left field. Throw goes into third. Not in time, and Allo trots into second base, so the Sooners with 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Hard hit ball.
It sure was. Jocelyn Allo showing the power that she has. I think they'll go give that a single and then end up taking second base on the throw, but a hard single, good hard single. Jada Coleman running the whole way without hesitation. Good turn there on second base, close play, good throw by Shayna Espy, just in the dirt, and had to kind of rush the throw a little bit. Oklahoma now knocking at the door again.
So it's back to Jennings, the number 3 hitter, who homered in the first inning. On the ground, Anderson over to first, run will score.
One of the most important things in softball and baseball is working on situational hitting. You got the infield back just a little bit, not trying to do too much. And even though Tiara Jennings grounded out, she gets the RBI. Runner moves up to third. Same thing, situational hitting. Draws the infield in on this play.
Grace Lyons, who singled in the 4th, scored a run. Up high from Hamilton, 1-0. That's so impressive, Les, on a team full of big numbers, to be able to just to do your job and bring a run home.
That's right. I would say that head coach Patty Gasso would agree with that. Not everybody needs to hit a home run. Not everybody needs to hit a double or triple every single time up.
Outside from Hamilton, 2-0 now.
Good teams find a way to win when you're not scoring 20 runs or 21 runs, which we've seen Oklahoma do this year on a few occasions. 6 no-hitters, 2 perfect games by their pitching staff. If you can only do the big things, that will run out quickly. You got to be able to do big and little things and let the game come to you.
Wry smile there from Hamilton, who thought that was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm not sure. 2-0 might have been top of the zone, but that's a pretty good pitch. She swings at that, she probably would be able to lift that out of here, so it's interesting. She probably wouldn't want to throw it there again. Little outside corner pitch she got right there. Maybe a... Okay, now we're even.
(3-1) with 1 down. Runner at third. Fouled away, and we're full at 3-2.
You can see a lot of these Oklahoma hitters seem... Casey Hamilton's done a good job getting them off balance because they're fouling a lot of those pitches in the outside corner, fouling it off to the right side, but they're hitting it off the end of the bat. So I've seen a lot of these Oklahoma hitters with an open stance, and Casey Hamilton works the right-handed batter outside quite often.
Walk to Grace Lyons. So it'll be runners at the corners now with 1 down.
Number 20.
Jenna Johns. Johns 0 for 2 thus far. Ground out in the first. Fly out to Missy Omley in the 4th. Squares around, lays down a nice bunt. Flip goes to Gare. Nice play from Casey Hamilton. Les, I was watching that drill before the game as Jennifer McFalls is hitting infield to her players, and the charge and the flip out of the glove, and Hamilton does it to perfection.
Absolutely, and you can see Jana Johns did a good job bunting it, but she bunted it to the wrong side. She bunted it right to Casey Hamilton's glove, who does an excellent job, and they work on this, fielding it and then scooping it to the catcher, Shelby Gare, who was in perfect position at the front of the plate to tag her out. So that's a momentum killer right there.
Fly ball. Shayna Espy is there. Jayhawks are battling Oklahoma here as they come to bat in the bottom of the fifth. Savannah DeRoche steps in. Pop out to second in the second inning. Kansas facing Jordy Ball, who gave up a walk in the fourth. Only base runner for Kansas thus far. Hit hard. Nice diving stop by Lyons. What a play, but safe. Wow, Lyons with a great throw. First hit for the Kansas Jayhawks, but Grace Lyons did everything she could.
Play is under further review.
And Oklahoma's going to want it reviewed. What a play.
I understand it. Wow. She says she's safe. She's waving saying she was safe. Grace Lyons with a dive to her right, coming up in the same motion and firing a missile across the diamond to make it a bang-bang play to Taylon Snow at first base. This is going to be interesting. I couldn't tell from where I was, Leaf. I thought for a split second the throw might have just barely beat her, but Savannah DeRoche gave the safe sign like, nope, I beat it, I beat it. That's one of the best plays I've seen in college softball right there. I thought there's no way she's had time. Third baseman Jana Johns dove, made a great play, and I thought once it got past her and Grace Lyons had to go to her right, there's no way. And wow, boy, was I wrong. That was incredible.
Lyons made a nice play in the fourth inning on Shayna Espy. So this umpiring crew has their own technology, if you will, that they can look at this play from their own cameras. But I believe today they are also getting a look at our production from Rock Chalk Video. So they will get a good look at this.
Wow.
That is close. Very, very close. Again, the call was safe on the field.
Can you overturn me? See, is it in the glove? Oh, man. It might be an exact tie. I tell you what, umpires have a tough job.
Safer out. Grace Lyons has the play of the day thus far.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a heck of an effort.
Absolutely. That's got to be a highlight on many a show later on tonight. Yeah, if she's on the base right there, that looks like it's a tie. Great stretch by Taylon Snow at first base, with obviously to make an accurate, powerful throw, calling her safe.
The runner is ruled safe at first base.
So the Jayhawks with their first hit of the day. Savannah DeRoche hustling down the first base line. We're going to have a pinch runner. Looks like Peyton Renzi out of Blue Valley Southwest will take over at first base.
Peyton Renzi. Now batting for the Jayhawks, the third baseman, number 1, Sarah Rozak.
So here's Sarah Rozak. Ground out to second in the second inning.
It's great to lead off an inning. Savannah DeRoche breaks up the no-hitter, hustling down the line, see if they can put something together.
And they hit ball one.
A great call by first base umpire Michael. Is it Parker? And Parler.
Parker, I believe.
Parker. What a great call to be that to the naked eye. I don't know if you could have seen that exactly to the millisecond that it took.
Swing and a miss.
It was the right call. Hats off. I'm going to go ahead and stay in my seat here, Leaf. I'm not going to go down there and lobby to do his job.
No, thank you. 1-1 pitch to Rozak. In the air. Lyons calls for it. Grabs that one. There's one down.
The catcher, number 21, Shelby Gayer.
Here's Shelby Gayer. Struck out in the third. Good throw out of a runner attempting to steal. Does a great job behind the plate.
Relief, going back to that play by Oklahoma shortstop Grace Lyons, the time that you don't have to be able to take 2 or 3 hard steps running, dive full laid out, then somehow get to your feet, come across, and make a perfect strong throw across the diamond like she did. You just don't have time to do that. And yet she made it look like, it's just another day in my world.
On the ground, this one gobbled up by Johns. Over to second for one. In time for 2. Sooners turn the double play. Alyssa Brito will lead things off in the top of the 6th for the Oklahoma Sooners. The lead 4-0. A home run in the first inning. A pair of runs in the 4th and the 5th. Facing Casey Hamilton in the circle. That one taken to right field. Lyric Moore backpedals. Off her glove. Brito was hustling all the way and slides into second base. Credit to her. She never stopped. And Sooners have the leadoff hitter on.
Yeah, that wind is playing havoc. We know that Lyric Moore is a good outfielder, just that trying to use 2 hands, it looked like that ball just started blowing around. But again, great hustle by Alyssa Brito. You're taught, you hit the ball and you go hard. And so she very easily could have just tanked that and said, okay, well, I'm out, and then be at first base, but hustles herself into scoring position on the air.
Lindsay Elam looks at a strike. She singled in the 4th, flew out in the 2nd. Up high, 1-1. Nice change of speed from Hamilton. 1-2.
She's used the death pitch 2 times this at bat. The first one and right there. Excellent changeup. She takes a lot off that ball. Once you commit, once you tighten your core and your shoulder and hips kind of crank open, and then you realize, oh, that's not the fastball or hard one I thought it was going to be coming in. It's tough to regain.
Into center field, Omley is there. What do you think the speed difference is on that changeup?
Buddy, it's tough, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to say maybe 20-mile-an-hour difference. I mean, a good one is maybe 8 to 12, but Casey Hamilton has one heck of a changeup. I haven't seen anybody swing it yet. I mean, I could be wrong going back. If I look at the video, maybe, but I don't know that I've seen anybody swing at the changeup. They've just taken it, because if they would have, you can see the hitter's body movements just come open and then just give up on it.
Here's Kinsey Hansen. This is a pinch hitter in the 4th inning and is taken over at catcher. There you go. 1-1.
Well, unless you have 2 strikes, that must be just tough. But if you look at the location of this pitch, your foot comes down. You see, as her foot comes down, her hip and left knee open up. She's expecting a fastball, even if it's a drop ball, but something with speed on it. Just floats right over there.
Well, one of that outside corner didn't get it. Well, it's the deception too, because that pitch has to look like every other pitch, right? You have to, you can't give that away too early.
Absolutely, and if you slow down with your body, you end up kind of almost like you're shoveling it forward. So it's the grip and it's the sell that Casey Hamilton uses. She throws it, body motion, looks just like a fastball. It's that different grip, and it's just really tough to pick up.
Into left field, Espy is on it. 2 down.
Well, there's nobody on the defense right now that wants that third out without that runner scoring more than Lyric Moore in right field with that leadoff error, the 2-base error.
So back to the top of the order for Oklahoma. Excuse me, Les, with Jada Coleman.
Casey Hamilton just doing a good job trying to pick up the slack for her right fielder. Lyric Moore, an excellent fielder. Just again, the wind, maybe the sun, possibly. She dropped that, but trying to fight out of it.
Hamilton starts her off with a strike. Coleman's been on base 3 times. Single, a walk, hit by a pitch. Scored 2 runs. What else you want out of your leadoff hitter?
That's the job if you're the leadoff hitter. Just get on base no matter what.
Good block from Gare. 1-1.
Walk, hit by pitch. Doesn't have an RBI yet. I guess you could say she hasn't done that yet.
Runner in scoring position for, though, with 2 down. That's high and deep to right field. Lyric Moore at the warning track and makes the catch. 1 hit, 1 walk is all that Jordy Bahl has given to the Jayhawks as they come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Lee Fleisig, Les Norman with you. Haley Harper showed bunt but pulled it back 1-0. Well, what do you think of Jordy Bahl here, our first look at her in person?
Well, it's been a treat so far. She's pitched to contact. She's had a good amount of strikeouts. Throws hard. I really like her demeanor. Definitely a competitor. There's that look on her face like it's me against you and you better bring a lunch kind of expression. Just that athletic walk like she means business and then backs it up in the circle.
Harper pulled back 2-1.
Haley Harper, we've seen her make some solid plays at second base. Quick hands, can turn on an inside hard fastball at the drop of a hat. Her hand speed is just incredible.
Inside 3-1. Macy Omley to follow, followed by the top of the order, Shayna Espy.
Well, it's getting late, Lee, if it's the 6th inning, but this game is still within reach. One swing can tie this thing up. Just getting that leadoff hitter on and bunching a couple hits of base runners.
Swing and a miss. Ball comes with the heat. Foul back. Good battle here from Haley Harper.
Well, there's one place you're not going to beat Haley Harper in, most likely, is if it's in the strike zone on the inside corner. gonna be tough to get one by her.
Harper goes right through that one. One down.
Well, it looked like one of the first times we see Jordy Bahl actually use a changeup, but this girl just keeps fouling stuff off. I'm just going to pull the string on that. It's a good downward movement. Really Harper swinging ahead of it.
Looks like Madison Hirsch has grabbed a bat and will hit for Macy Omley. Strike called.
And the toughest thing to do is be sitting all day and come off the bench against one of the best pitchers in the nation.
I was just going to ask you that because you did that a time or two.
That was pretty much my big league career right there, was coming off the bench and trying to perform.
Into foul territory. Nice effort from Jenna Johns, but it goes into the net.
You don't have time either. You get up there and you can't be too selective or work a count. There's something that's hittable. This is your one shot during the day. Your at bat maybe last 30 seconds or less, so you got to be ready to go.
0-2 pitch. Down low. Foul territory. Hirsch battling here at 1 and 2.
Yeah, she's in the battle, coming off the bench. It's good to see her fighting every pitch. Last time, this is what Haley Harper did last at bat, and the ball went with the changeup. See what she does here. She's got some pitches to work with ahead 1 and 2.
Good eye down low, 2 and 2.
But she went to the changeup again, took something off a little bit, just down in the zone. Good job by Hirsch. What we call spitting on that. She didn't literally spit on it, but it's a baseball or softball term, meaning you just take a good pitch that's out of the zone.
Ball delivers. Again, Hirsch fouls it away. Just one hit off Jordy Bahl thus far. She's allowed one walk. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Her 5th strikeout.
Looked like she went back to the changeup again. It's been an effective pitch this inning. Just takes a little something off, buries it in her hand. You can see the hitter swings over the top and early on that. Well-located changeup is tough to hit.
Back to the top of the Jayhawk order now. Shayna Espy. Taken out in the 4th inning by a nice play from Grace Lyons. Misses outside, 1-0. To Jennings. Over to Elam. It's 3 up, 3 down for the Jayhawks in the 6th. We're going to the top of the 7th here in Lawrence on Big 12 Now. Casey Hamilton has pitched a good game, allowing just 5 Oklahoma hits against this powerful lineup. One of those was a home run in the first inning. Just 4 runs. The Jayhawks trail 4-0 as we go to the top of the 7th. Jocelyn Allo at the plate. Starts her off O-speed 1-0.
And why not?
Ashlyn Anderson with a nice play from her knees, not in time, but a great stop from the KU shortstop.
Well, we spent all that time talking about Grace Lyons. This was an incredible play by Ashlyn Anderson too. We talked about her in our opening segment. Great job taking a couple steps, diving, trying to protect the hit, comes up as quick as she can, makes a great throw, but Allo gets down the line too quickly, but still a great play by Ashlyn Anderson.
Your attention, please. Big runner at first base for Oklahoma, number 27, Hannah Core.
Hannah Core will run at first base for Allo. And now it's Jennings, who homered in the first. Drove in those first 2 Oklahoma runs. Jayhawks going over a little strategy here. What do you think of the performance thus far from Casey Hamilton?
I think she's been outstanding. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, it's 4-0. They've only gotten 1 hit, but they have 6 hits, but she scattered those 6 hits. She's pitched out of trouble. I mean, the first 2 were within the first 3 batters in the first inning of the game, but since then they've got a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, but I think she's done a great job. She got some help by some great defense. Shelby Gare threw somebody out to end an inning from her knees, but she's also done a good job inside out. Her changeup has been very effective, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Casey Hamilton has not been intimidated by this Oklahoma offense, where a lot of pitchers would be.
Anderson deep in the hole, goes to second, not in time. It'll be a base hit for Jennings. I'm really impressed with just the patience of the Oklahoma hitters. You know, you see all these numbers and you just expect them to swing from the heels and blast the fences away, but they're just so fundamentally sound.
They are. They play the game of softball well. They let the game come to them. They don't overswing. They go with pitches. They're a sound team in every way you can look at it.
Grace Lyons, who's played some great shortstop. Looks at that off speed. 0-1.
It's definitely been Hamilton's best pitch today, is that changeup.
Lyons with a single in the 4th, scored a run, walked in the 5th. Nobody down, 2 on. That off speed misses.
It's a little bit up, and I can understand why. Grace Lyons comes into this game with 17 home runs herself. 48 RBIs, 3rd on the team.
Strike called.
You can see that when Casey Hamilton throws that first pitch for a strike, or within the first couple pitches throws a changeup, or she goes to it a lot, it makes the hitters just put a little thought in the back of their mind, am I going to see a changeup? And then it adds about 5-6 miles an hour to your fastball, at least visually.
Lyons did a nice job to fight that one off.
Sometimes
there's no way you sit on changeup, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes you can look changeup maybe, but most hitters are not going to be sitting on or looking for a changeup. Even if you do, it's still very difficult to stay closed on it.
Good spot. Pitch just misses, 2-2.
Part of the game. It's not always my location or my speed or my movement that's against you. If I can, as a pitcher, get inside your head, if Casey Hamilton can get inside of Grace Lyons' head just a little bit, it gives her that advantage.
Hit hard, just past Rozak at third. 1 run will score. Hard hit ball from Grace Lyons.
She definitely did a good job of hitting here. Hit the ball hard. It got right under Sarah Rozak, but she gets her hands in and turns on it. Sarah Rozak thinking that ball was going to come up a little bit, but it stayed down.
That ruled a hit for Grace Lyons. So a run in, still 2 on.
Yeah,
for Jana Johns.
Sorry, Leaf, you asked Sarah Rozak if that was a hit, and she'll tell you otherwise. Definitely hit hard, but anytime a ball goes through your legs, you know as a defender that you should have had that play. But again, I mean, third base, you're right on top of the hitter here. In softball, bases are close, the infield's close. So when balls hit that hard, it's tough to react, but she'll tell you she should have had it. Another reason why I was an outfielder, Leaf.
The ball's on you in a hurry, isn't it?
It is. In the outfield, for me, I'll stay out there. The ball has a chance to slow down before it gets to me.
One misses inside. 2-1.
See, Casey Hamilton wasn't too happy with that one either. At least when you can tell Casey Hamilton when she doesn't like a call, she doesn't snap or show an umpire up. She just gives you that bright smile like, oh, really? Look good to me. Do it right where I meant.
Run in, nobody down, 2 on. Taking it into right field. That's going to bounce in front of Lyric Moore. 1 run is in. And the Sooners will have runners at the corners and still nobody out.
Well, this is where things start to break open just a little bit when that leadoff hitter gets on. You get a single, and then it's just hit after hit after hit. You wonder, Casey Hamilton's starting to get a little bit tired. She's done a great job so far trying to locate, and a good job of base running by Grace Lyons going first to third, but an outside pitch that Jana Johns just goes with. It's a sharp single into right field. Good piece of hitting, good base running.
And you talked about it. I mean, Lyons, it's a little thing, but Lyons gets down off first base, turns, faces, sees the ball drop, and then takes off. It's so fundamentally sound. It's great to watch. It really is.
Yeah, it is. There's something about being athletic in this game, softball or baseball, just doing the right things and rounding bases and mechanically correct swings and staying down through a ball and going with a pitch and good footwork in the outfield. There's just some beauty and awesomeness to it.
There's a strike from Hamilton as she faces Taylon Snow. 0 for 3 on the day. 3 flyouts. RBI chance here with nobody down. Got a piece of it. Now the runner's hung up between third and home. The throw in time. Well played from Rozak. I wonder if Patty Gasso wants to have a look at that.
Looks like she is.
It was a pretty good slide.
It was a good slide. It looked like from here that the tag was applied just before she got her left hand in there. So she's going to commit. She's going to get around there. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she got it.
I think
she got her hand in there.
Yep, looked like Patty Gasso might win this one. We need to also mention that Jana Johns, the other base runner, does a good job of going from first all the way over to third. So she didn't just sit there. The runner behind the play doesn't just fall asleep and let it happen. You get yourself to scoring position as fast as you can and try to stay out of a double play from a rundown.
So 1 down, 2 strikes now. That one lifted into right field. Lyric Moore is over, makes the catch. Runner will tag, and Johns will score, and her heads-up play adds another run for Oklahoma.
The left fielder, number 33.
Not just about situational hitting here. The one thing I like about Taylon Snow on this is that with 2 strikes, she didn't overswing. She didn't panic. She kept her head still, stayed on the ball, and just lifted a ball. Situational hitting, runner on third, less than 2 outs, sacrifice fly. Just playing the game the way you should.
Sabrito now walked a couple of times, reached on an error. Hamilton misses with the off-speed, 1-0. Upstairs 2-4, Tono.
One of the things I notice in softball, especially at this level, is a lot of times between innings, you'll see hitters taking practice swings, making sure their hands are out front, making sure their bat's level. Not just going up there and free swinging. They have a purpose. They're well coached. You know that Patty Gasso's son, I believe it's JT Gasso, works with the hitters on this Oklahoma squad. Since he came to the organization, their batting averages and home runs and all kinds of offensive categories have had a major uptick.
Strike call, 3-1. JT is married to Andrea Harrison, who was a 2-time All-American at UCLA. I don't know if their kids are going to be ball players or not, but they'll be well coached.
I think there's a good chance.
Take a flyer.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch. Strike call, 3-2.
I think maybe their name's on the recruiting depth chart for 12 years from now or something like that.
Fouled away. Frito stays alive.
There's something about great coaching, that you can be a marginal player, but great coaching can pull more out of you. I mean, you have to be able to receive it. You have to be coachable. You have to be able to be disciplined and work hard. But if you don't fit into those molds of hard work, it's not just talent that gets you to a school like Oklahoma. It's your attitude, it's your drive, it's your work ethic. If you're not willing to work and realize the wealth of coaching knowledge and experience that you have. I mean, as a head coach, there you see Patty Gasso. You're not just a coach, you're a psychologist, you're a psychiatrist, you're a counselor, you're a technician, you're a motivator, you're a leader, you're all these things. It's a privilege to be able to play at this type of institution.
Hamilton with a great off speed gets the strikeout. Oklahoma had run ruled 34 of their 42 victories. That's a 79% clip, but the Jayhawks have battled here, taking them into the bottom of the 7th inning. Down 7-0. They'll need a bunch of runs against Jordy Ball, which is a tough ask. Ball's been sensational. Just 1 walk, 1 hit allowed.
And if everything holds true, it's not over yet. It's never over till the end, but if they end up winning, you're 20th in the season. That's impressive.
"12 complete games to her credit already in her freshman year."
Oh, yeah, and she's a freshman.
Incredible, isn't it?
Amazing.
Facing Ashlyn Anderson. He grounded out and struck out. Ball deals. Down low, 2-0.
So in this situation, when you're down 7 runs, it's not an automatic take. Now, Ashley Anderson's taken 2 pitches because they weren't strikes, but you don't just automatically give a pitcher an 0-1 count and end this thing quickly. You got to scrape and fight, but she gives you a pitch to hit. You come out swinging.
Comes out swinging and a hard ground ball. Jennings with a nice backup. Oklahoma's played some defense. Jennings was all over that one.
Boy, it's not too often that I write in my scorebook 3-4-3. This was a tough hop that would have been a hit all the way. But she did a great job of being able to, after she knew the ball was behind her, the first baseman, letting Tiara Jennings handle it and get it back to her. Incredible defensive play. You don't see it every day.
Eric Moore swings and misses. The right fielder drew that walk in the 4th inning. Nice at bat.
Sorry, you've been talking about this whole game about even teams like this, they have to do everything right. And just the confidence of Lindsey Elam over at first base to, okay, that ball's by me, but I know Tiara Jennings is going to be there. And so I'm just going to get back to first base and I'm going to be ready for the throw. And it wasn't even really that close.
Ball and head to count now 0-2. On the ground, Lyons is there. 2 away. Well, we're excited to see Jordy Bahl, the freshman from Papillion, Nebraska, and she has been as advertised. Less everything you want. 5 strikeouts, allowing just 1 walk, 1 hit thus far to the Jayhawks.
Absolutely. She's pitched to strikeout. She's pitched to contact. She's battled counts. Only surrendering the 1 hit, but going for that complete game shutout. Only 1 hit today surrendered.
Olivia Bruno gets hit number 2. That one's going to go to the wall. Brito on it in a hurry to throw to second. Close play, but Bruno was in there.
You know, we talked about that. Even though you're down 7-0, you can't hit a 7-run home run. But then again, automatically, you're not just going up there, letting the pitcher have a strike. Olivia Bruno, we know that she can hit, but that's a pitch in her half, and she opened up that location from Jordy Bahl, fed right into her power. You can see that ball got out there in a hurry. A great play, though, by Alyssa Brito to play it off the wall and throw a strike to second. But Olivia Bruno hustling all the way. You love to see that. That's why Jennifer McFalls loves her as a young leader. She's always hustling, always in the right place.
Vanna DeRoche now for the Jayhawks. She had the other hit in the game, a single in the 5th. This is the 15th extra base hit against Jordy Bahl this year.
Your attention, please. Take credit at second base for Kansas. 20-0, Angela Price.
So Angela Price in to run at second base for Olivia Bruno. DeRoche tries to keep the rally going. Down low, 1-1. Falling off 1-2.
We've seen the last couple times in this situation. Jordy Bahl's gone to the changeup and has 2 strikeouts on it. It'll be interesting to see. DeRoche's a pretty good hitter. Likes to expand her zone a little bit. See that slightly open stance, left foot on the line of that batter's box.
Swing and a miss. Ball with her 6th strikeout of the game. And the Sooners get the win. 7-0. Their 43rd victory of the season against just one loss. They take game 1 in this series. Less a lot to look forward to in games 2 and 3, but the Jayhawks battled here as the #1 team in the country and one of the best teams in history came to town.
Well, they definitely did. Even though it was 7-0, you got to give Casey Hamilton credit as well. She mixed it up, did a good job getting hitters off balance. Her changeup was her best pitch today. Only really had that tough last inning and scattered the runs the rest of the way. But again, Oklahoma, you can obviously tell, is just an offensive powerhouse. They hit with 2 outs. They hit with 2 strikes. They hit the ball hard. They played good defense. Great job, and it's kind of what we expected to see from the Oklahoma offense today, as well as Jordy Ball in the circle.